This edict by the Grand Master, in which after rehearsing the resolutions of the Grand Lodge, he officially declares and makes known that the only legitimate and lawfully constituted Masonic authority of the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite is that of the southern jurisdiction of the United States, presided over by Brother Albert Pike, and that all others not acknowledging allegiance to the said southern jurisdiction are unlawful and clandestine. And so, with respect to the term clandestine, it means, as used in Freemasonry, without lawful authority. Two bodies claiming to be Masonic of the same grade cannot lawfully exist in the same state at the same time. Noble Drew Ali, if two or more Europeans go off, they're going to tear it up. Therefore, there will only be one temple, and it will be subordinate to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, whose forefathers established the mystic shrine for the salvation of the European, and you messed it up. When bodies and persons are declared unlawful and clandestine by the Grand Lodge, it means unlawful because of violation of the laws of the Grand Lodge, and clandestine because without authority of the Grand Lodge. The early history is the only legitimate rite that has been clearly set forth in the preamble entitled More Light in Scottish Rite Masonry, and the facts therein stated have never been and cannot be refuted. The Scottish Rite body, referred to as the Cornish body, was created by Harry J. Seymour 14 years after he had been unanimously expelled by our Supreme Council. This man, Seymour, in 1880 sold out his right to William H. Peckham for 700 notes, and is now presided over by Ferdinand J. S. Gurgis. This is the Kernal Rite, referred to as the one against which Harris Dingham, most worshipful master of the Grand Lodge of the District of Columbia, has issued his edict pronouncing it clandestine and illegal because of their recent and present affiliation with the Grand Orient of France, which a few years ago excluded the Bible from their lodge rooms, contrary to all the principles of what has been held as once of the landmarks of the order. There is abundance of evidence to show that Seymour Peckham Gurgis' body is irregular and illegitimate. My response to all of this mess: Albert Pike states in appendix page 214, viz. The Bible is not to be accepted as our code. Repeat, appendix page 214. Albert Pike, the Bible is not to be accepted as our code. End of quote. The core now is a nationality that cannot be bought, sold, or transferred. Scottish is a nationality that cannot be bought, sold, or transferred. So if you do not want to declare your nationality, then I declare your lodge illegitimate. Albert Pike's authority is beyond the grave to his bloodline perpetual. Islam, brothers and sisters. I am the great-great-grandchild of Benjamin Garrett Pike, and my divine demand is that every lodge of perfection must have a Circle 7 Holy Koran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and that they must send all of their finance to the Moorish Science Temple of America in Canaan land, where Albert Pike went to declare his nationality. You are to declare your nationality as Cornish or Kernal or Scottish. All lodges are in debt to my bloodline because you allowed the gnosis to go dormant, and he had to bring back the light to you that he received from the Moors from John Drew when he received his noble reward from John Drew, which was the gnosis of his nationality, because he assisted him in the peerage. Albert Pike assisted the Moors in getting their land back, whom they classified as Cherokee. Noble Drew Ali's mother took him to court to get the land back, and Albert Pike assisted and received 1,000,000 notes for his noble deed and the great divine gnosis of knowing his nationality. So you can take this with a laugh and a slap on the knee, but this is the turn of the key, and I suggest you take heed. Because when Allah begins to churn the ethers towards thee, you will no longer be. To my fellow brothers and sisters, our ancestors would jump with zeal when the Moorish Holy Temple would come to the World's Fair, for us to have a chance to go there and get gnosis and maybe be able to spread this truth. So now you have the bloodline who has been taught by who you wish that you could have been taught by. I was born an orphan, and I've been on this journey to find myself, to study thyself, to know thyself. And I remember 7 years ago when I found out about Albert Pike being in the bloodline. I ran and I told the Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and he laughed and he said, yes, there's a prophecy about the Albert Pike bloodline returning. And he would say no more, because he wanted me to run off and find out who I was, brothers and sisters. I leave you with the Holy Koran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, chapter 45, verse 9. All nations of the earth in these modern days are seeking peace, but there is but one true and divine way that peace may be obtained in these days, and it is through love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, being taught universally to all nations in all lands. Praise be to Allah. Divine honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish Divine and National Movement of the world. The only ones who cared enough. The only ones who loved me enough